What's up, guys? You know how we are. We back at the house today. No, but I'm home today. So today's more like a talking video and not so much of a working on cars. I figured I took a break. I'm currently probably going to swing by between today and tomorrow to do some tidying up with the car for the next episode. So stay tuned for that. But in this video, I basically just want to talk about, some of the vehicles I had and some of the enjoyment that I had doing them along the way and where they at now and what happened to them. I mean, some of them I know where they at, some of them I don't know where they at. So it is what it is. For the most part. So just in case you guys are wondering what I got in my cup, some hot chocolate. So my first car was a Chevy Impala, 2002 Chevy Impala. That car was cool. At that time of my life, I remember getting the car the first day, and within that first day, like, pretty much my eyes got opened up differently. And the car was cool. The first day I got the car, a couple of my friends put me on to street racing. In that time of me going out a couple of times, I ended up acquiring a Honda Prelude. It was a 1989 Honda Prelude. At the time, I bought it off from a good friend. It was a good car, If he's watching my videos, he knows what I mean. And at this time, I remember I brought it out. The first person I ran was the guy named George. Yeah. So we have two Georges. I'm a George, he's a George. And I will bring my little car out, I'll run, I'll beat him, he beat me. He had a Pontiac. I want to say Pontiac. I can't remember it. We would run against each other. We would run that night, next night we come back out. So we talk shit. And we just kept going back and forth with each other. And on top of that, then I had this other guy named Nick. Nick also had the Impala. I thought I was fast then, and this is the guy that actually beat me. Come to find out, Nick had a swap motor. My motor was a 3.4 liter V6. He had a 3.8 liter, I want to say supercharger. And then he upgraded the pulleys and stuff on the supercharger. And see, by me coming into that world, I was still kind of fresh and new, so I didn't know that you could do them things. Like I said, I was brand new to the scene, so I didn't know there was all that capability like that, the nitrous, the turbos and all that, because I absolutely didn't know shit about cars then. After realizing what a swap motor was and what this one does, it just made me want out and put more money into the Prelude. The only thing I did was we got the head redone over again. I got the head redone over again. I got bigger injectors put on there, and I also had got nitrous put on there. I had a 75 shot of nitrous, so it was stick, and the car felt like, to me, it transformed. The car ran good. With all the nitrous and stuff that was hooked up to that car, it ran hella good. Was around. It dried rotted, it already rotted on the floor. My homeboy told me that. But I just rolled that thing out. Back to the Impala. So, the Impala, I had for a year or two. I got into a couple of car accidents with that, hit the right side, brought it back to life. Headed again on the right side, and it got repossessed from me, and it came up as a total. He sold it at the auction. Boom, that was done. And once that happened, I was just like, okay, cool. It is what it is. I don't no longer have this car in my possession. Whatever. So I went and immediately and got me a Chevy Malibu, 2006 Chevy Malibu. I had brought this car right after my brother had passed. He's a great late friend of mine. We grew up together basically. I would have done anything in the world, still to this day, if he was here. Me and him probably would have been doing these videos together, and it'd have been non-stop. And just want to sum it up because I'm over, the feeling of it. But when he passed, I was like 23 years old. I was 23. He was 22 when he passed. And I was going through a phase then, and I was out of it. It took me a whole year, so I was out of it. Like, I had fell off the street racing and everything. I didn't want to come out no more. All I did was basically just go to work, come home, and just zone out. So, in that case, maybe I went and bought this Malibu. Malibu was cool. It had a sun-top roof. What else? It was an LS model. The LS model. So it was like the model. It was like the mid-range model underneath the sport model, whatever, for the SS. So it was right underneath for that. So I bought that. I had that for the next couple years, and then I went and got me a '95 Mitsubishi Eclipse GS. So moving forward, I no longer have that car, so I'm going back and forth now to work with the Malibu. It's going on like a year or so, and at this point I end up getting a Chevy Camaro. It was a '93 Chevy Camaro, all blacked out. My brother TJ, and I asked him, "You think this is a good look for me to get?" He was like, "Yeah, we should get this. Yeah, you should get it. It's automatic. It's a V6." And I can understand why he told me to get it, because you got to get used to feeling. You never had a rear-wheel drive car, so up until this point you had nothing but front-wheel drive. Rear-wheel drive is a whole different monster. That's what I kept on hearing from a lot of people. The car was good. I started looking into some modifications, found some modifications, but found out that there was a better Camaro than the V6, Z28. That was a '94 body. Same body basically. They both the same bodies, just two different motors. And so I kept both of these Camaros around, plus the white Malibu. At this point in time in my life, I had 3 cars in my life. I remember I ended up giving the white Malibu to my little sister because I got tired of her catching the bus. So I let her have that car. I remember the guy told me before I left, he said, "I'm telling you right now, the one thing that needs to be touched with this car is the transmission. The transmission is still set up for this motor's not stopped. You'll put 400 plus horsepower, get the transmission to line up with the rest of it. If not, you're gonna blow this transmission out." So, me being young, I didn't listen to him. And I ended up doing the burnout in the parking lot. They had just announced that, "Everybody, don't be doing no burnouts. If we catch you, you get suspended." I ain't give a fuck, I'm in savage mode. I'm doing whatever. I'm probably gonna insert a picture of me in this part. Just not really caring. I don't have a clip of me doing the burnout. Maybe one of them can send me something. I have no idea. But so I do the burnout, and after I do the burnout, I go let off the brake pedal, and I pull up to the gas station, and I hear a weird clunking sound underneath where the transmission is. And it kept banging every time, any type of torque, boom. Now the car said, "Gotta leave for probably like another 6 months." So at this time, now I got a job out in PG County doing automotive. Lincoln Tech at this point. I had got, won't say dropped up, I got suspended from the program for not completing a simple class because I had a falling out with a teacher. I finally brought the blue Camaro out there to get worked on. And I remember taking him at the blue Camaro, and then that's when the damn blue Camaro overheats all the way going home. Your boy blew the head gaskets. Right. That's a '92 Honda Accord. I ended up buying this car off my boss. But I was told you need to get everything registered and everything else. Your boy, being a savage, gotta make it home. Can't spend another night out in PG County. I take the car. I'm driving a couple days with some flaky tags and some more. I got the Camaro tags on there. Hold on. The black Camaro tags on there. The blue Camaro's up there at this point, guys. Well, yeah, the blue Camaro got the transmission put in. Transmission working fine. So I acquired this green Honda. I will never forget. I left PG County. I was coming home one night. The car got taken from me. I got a citation ticket, all this extra stuff. My license I basically had to fight for because they was ready to suspend my license due to all the prior street racing tickets and stuff I had gotten over that time. And you notice, man. So, I was marked down as a street racer. I got an car that's not even my name. Tag wasn't registered to the car, and the officer said, "What were you thinking when you drove this car?" And I told him, honestly, officer, I was trying to make it home. I'm coming from PG County. Yes, I know my tags are dirty, but you got to look at it like this. If you're coming all the way from PG County, and I've been up there for, at that point, 2 days stuck, all I want to do is be down at home with my girl. Hi, they take the car from me. Boom, that's done. Taking this time or whatever and trying to save some money up to fix this blue Camaro. My sister had got herself a brand new car. Didn't want the white Malibu no more, so I required it back from her, which worked out good. Drove it for like 2 weeks. It was reading hot temperature. That had a blown head gasket. So at this point, I give the motor to my boy Karan. He fixed the head gasket for me. Cool. 2 days later, I go to chase the problem. Come to find out the oil pressure sensor went up bad in it. Replaced the oil pressure sensor on there. Put everything back together. Want to go crank the car over. The car would crank over, but you had to keep feeding the gas. Come to find out, the motor, the burners. At that point, I said, you know what? Forget this. I'm done dealing with these LT1 motors. I'm saving my money up for LS. That's what I had in my mind at that time. Me at that time, 27, 28 years old, that's what I had in my mind. Therefore, the car just sat. And it sat. And it sat. And it sat. One day I woke up and I was just like, you know what? I'm not going to do nothing. I'm never going to have no money to do nothing with this car. With that car, I put back. I gave it with my cousin to the car, and well, it is what it is with it. My cousin had taken over with it, and therefore, I don't know what happened too much for what I was told. You know, things didn't go too well, and he ended up getting rid of the car. A 1978 Camaro from a friend of mine named Buddy. He's a good friend of mine. I wanted this Camaro so bad, and it was so vintage. Like I said, I'm gonna show you pictures of this car. This car was not bad. It had a 302 motor in there. Yeah, it was a 302 motor in there. Automatic. I mean, the car to me at the time, I liked it because it looked rugged. So as you can see, because this is the 1978 Chevy Camaro. Oh, you like this, Ronald? I guess that's what the big black folks look like. My dad tells me all about this stuff. Rev it again? I guess that's strong. I'm used to a little bit more louder and popping. But yeah, that's the car. So this is now. We shall see what it looks like in the next 2 months. The interior of it was immaculate. It was good. I liked the interior for what it was. I liked the car for what it was. I just had a different vision for it. Like I had like paints and stuff I was choosing for it. In my mind, it was always going to be, at this point in my time too, it was always going to be an LS put in there. I didn't know if I wanted, it was between an LS1 and an LS2 that was going to be put into any of my cars. This is right around where I started coming in on the channel, and I started Low&Slow Garage because I had just picked up a Nissan 240. Didn't know nothing about Nissan 240, but I knew I wanted to go in a different way, in a different field of how to do cars and stuff, because I was watching Calvin Garage. Of course, you guys know about, if you follow the channel, you know I had a white 240. Then I acquired a truck with that channel. Now I got rid of the white 240 because of the rust problem. Well, it had a rust problem on there. The frame of it was rusted out, which I really, in this check now, since I think about it, I should have kept the car, because if I would have known what I know now, but I was moving so quickly that I never got in contact with Ed. But he had to get rid of his car, so I acquired his car, his 240, the one now that we see on our channel. If I would have had that other white one, I could have still got a bunch of parts off of there, and body panels and whatever else I needed off of there, and, you know, put two and two together. But it is what it is. I learned so much working on that 240 that I transferred over to this one. I went and got the newest car, which is right now a Nissan Altima. I'm motivating myself to push myself in so many different ways right now, guys. So I appreciate you guys' support and everything else. So I thank you guys. I just want to say thank you. And for all y'all didn't see the last video, I'm going to put it at the end of this one. So please go check that out. Please check that out. Follow me on Instagram. If you all follow me, just give a shout out. See what's up with me, how I'm doing. I'm going to try to do the same with the rest of you guys. But you guys take care. Hope you like this story. Hope you like this video. Guys, you know how we do. Peace. Later, y'all.